This video is mainly for people who play guitar in a church setting. I hope others will enjoy it as well, but church guitarists, it's for you. Like me, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. My chains are word and my hope secures. He will my shield and ocean be, as long as life endures. The sun forbear to shine, but God, you called me here below, will be forever mine, will be forever. Okay, sorry about the humming. In case you're wondering why I did that, is because I don't want this video to be taken down due to copyright things. The song Amazing Grace is in the public domain now, but not this version of it, which belongs to Louis Giglio and Chris Tomlin, of course, with the added new chorus. That's the part that I didn't sing. I don't know if that'll save the video from being struck down. We'll see. But that's just why I did it. But I will take a moment and talk about why I chose to make this video with this song in this key. Well, because I'm doing it for church guitarists, I myself am a church musician. I'm a music and worship arts director at a church. And as church musicians, I think we want to be versatile. I want to be a versatile musician as much as possible. So I try to learn things that help me grow in my versatility, things that are going to have multiple applications. And if I had to choose one song that I have used more times than any other so far in my time in church and music ministry, I would say maybe this song would be it. This song is great. Everybody loves Amazing Grace, the hymn. Everybody loves this new version with the added new chorus. It can fit in just about any kind of worship service that I could imagine. It gets requested a lot for funerals. It's just a great song to know. So it's a song that is going to help you in your versatility as a church musician. I also chose to perform it today in the key of E because I wanted to show you this key. I wanted to show you some chords that I've learned in this key of E because it's also one of the most versatile keys that I have learned to play in on the guitar. The key of E is great. Obviously, you have the open strings. Your standard tuning in guitar is E, B, G, D, A, E. And so you got the low E and the high B and E. You've got 3 open strings working for you in the key of E major. So it's a great key. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. So that's what I want to show in this video. Let me show you first some of the chords that I'm using in the key of E major. Okay, and I'm going to go kind of not in too much detail here. So if you're a really, really beginning guitarist, you might need to pause the video at certain points because I'm not going to explain everything in the most minute detail. I just want to give you kind of an overview and some ideas that you can use. Okay, but in any key, in the key of E major, we have to have the 1 chord, the root, and this is the chord of E major. Hopefully you know that shape. Okay, again, I'm not going to, this is just the standard E major shape that everybody learns. Now, with one difference though, a lot of times I'll play it like this with this fingering. So I'm putting my middle finger where the index would normally go. And I do that for the purpose of being able to move the shape around. But more on that in a little bit. So your 1. This is the 1. Another 1 would be here. What I'm doing here is like a power chord, okay? Hopefully if you play a little bit of guitar, you know what a power chord is. Root, 5th, octave. That's a power chord. And so I'm putting my power chord starting on E here, on the A string, on this fret. Hopefully you can see in the video where I am. It's an E power chord, essentially. This is a 1. This functions as 1 as well, except it doesn't have the 3rd. It doesn't have the major 3rd in there. So it's a more open sound. It's kind of ambiguous. This could be major or minor. Okay? It's pretty open. But those are a couple options that you have with your 1. It could be down here. It could be up here. Okay? In any key, you're going to want to know the 4 and the 5. Those are important. Okay? The 4, in this case, would be A major. Okay, traditionally we play A major like this. The one change I would make to this chord, just for the sound that I'm going for in this particular style, is I don't play the C sharp on top. So it becomes more of an A2 sound. And again, I would not play it with these 2 fingers like I'm showing here. I would play it with these 2 fingers. And again, the purpose of that is to be able to move the shape around because, again, remember the power chord I just showed you a moment ago. Okay, so this is your 4. It can be like this. Another place you can play the 4 is up here. Imagine if you're going to play, here's my E major shape again, and I bring it up a 4th to A. As a bar chord, it would sound like this, but I'm actually not playing as a bar chord. I am just fretting with the fingers, but I'm leaving the top 2 strings. So there, again, this is more of an A major with an added 2. Okay, so there you got a couple of choices for your 4 chord. This one, and even you could do this one without the index finger. This is a 4 over 1. Okay, this is an A major over E. Okay, those are kind of my choices for the 4. Another important chord you have to have in any key is the 5. What can I do for the 5? The 5 is B major. Okay, traditionally we would play like this. But again, I'm going for the open sound, so I'm just making a B power chord. Here it is. Now, to be technically very correct, this E at the top does not fit in the chord of E major. So it's more of a suspended sound. B suspended. But for this type of style, it works. This is one option for your 5. This is another option for your 5. Just like I made the 4 over here. Here's another option for the 5. Can also be without the index finger. This is a 5 over 1. Okay, I was using this sound in the introduction maybe. Did I? I'm not sure. But you can do... That's a very nice movement that you can use as an introduction or as a turnaround in the song. Oh, going back to the 4, I gave you 2 options. I gave you this one. I gave you this one. There's another one that I didn't give you. It's this one. Again, you remember like my 2 fingers of the power chord. These 2 fingers, the ring and the pinky, if I move them over here, I'm muting my lower E string. That's an A major 7. Okay, that's not a very common choice for the 4, but I like it, especially in this part of the song. My chains are gone. Etc. Okay, so we've got the 1, we've got the 4 and the 5. Those are your 3 most important chords in the key, in a key for this type of music. Okay, I would say if you know the 1, 4, and the 5, you can pretty much play most songs. Okay, now those are not the only chords. Of course, there are lots of other chords that you can use in any given key. Okay, in this particular song, you need a 2. Okay, which is an F sharp minor. Okay, this is a traditionally voiced F sharp minor chord. It's like your E minor shape is here, but then as a bar chord you bring it up here. Okay, and essentially this is the same shape that I'm using, but I want to let, again, the top 2 strings, I want to let them ring. So, if you have smaller hands, this may be tricky. This shape does not work for everyone, but it works for me, so I'm sharing it. I'm using my thumb to fret the F sharp on the lowest string. So essentially I've got, with my thumb, I've got my power chord there. Sorry, I just realized my guitar's a little out of tune. Sorry about that. That's my power chord with the F sharp, and then with my index finger I am fretting an A on the G string, and then the top 2 strings ringing open. So there again, this is not a technically correct F sharp minor chord because it's got an added B in there, which is the 4th. But that's actually a really nice sound. any of you who know a little bit of jazz theory, you know about 2-5-1s. Okay, this is a very nice 2-5-1 move. 2, 5, 1. Okay, so there's your 2, F sharp minor. Okay, if you have 1, 2, 4, and 5, you can pretty much have your key right there. Some other chords that are useful. Okay, this is a chord I'm using in this key. This is an E major over G sharp. This kind of functions as a 3. It's really a 1, but it kind of functions as a 3 because of the bass is on the 3. Okay, this may be a little bit hard to see exactly what I'm doing, but I've got my G sharp here. The next string, I'm not letting it ring, I'm muting it also with the same finger. Just kind of laying it on the string gently. And then I've got a F sharp, B, B open string, E. So to be quite correct, this is an E2 over G sharp. E major with the added 2 with the added F sharp over G sharp. I think it's a very nice sound. Okay, so that's my 3 sound here, or one possibility. What else might you need in the key of E? Sometimes you need a 6. Okay, if this is my 5 here, if I bring my power chord up one more here to 2 frets, C sharp minor 7. This is a very nice 6. So to recap, I've shown you 1. I've shown you 4 here. Oh, here's another thing about the 4. Especially if I'm playing like this 4. I can bring down the C sharp 1 fret. And now I have a 4 minor, an A minor. That's not a usual choice, that's more of a borrowing. You're borrowing from the minor key, but it can work and sound nice. Okay, you got 1, 4, we got 5. We got 2. We got 3. We got 6. Power chord. So this power chord here is a pretty useful shape in this key, because look. You can almost, well, you can actually play the whole song with just that one shape, because this can be your 4, this can be your 5, and that's your 1, and that's the same shape. I'm just moving it here and here and here. Okay, so those are the chords I used. Now, what else? This is E major and beyond, okay? This is a very versatile key. You can do a lot of songs in this key of E major. Now, I also happen to have a capo. You can do even a lot more songs with a few more keys that this capo affords you. Put it in the 1st fret, you can play an F major, F sharp major, G major. Personally, for me as a guitarist, my choice, I don't go much beyond the 3rd fret with my capo. 4th fret, pushing it. I just think beyond that, the guitar kind of doesn't sound like a guitar anymore. It just doesn't sound right. So 3rd fret, to me that still sounds good. Now, 3rd fret, I use all the same shapes. Now I'm in the key of G major. But if you know a little bit about guitar, you might be wondering, why would anybody choose to play the key of G major with a capo rather than just playing it with open chords, okay? Like down here. And to tell you the truth, most of the songs that I play in the key of G major, I would play in this position with the open chords that everybody knows for the key of G. But sometimes, here again, the versatility, you know, if you want to be a versatile musician, sometimes you can serve the song better by playing with a capo on the 3rd fret. Why would I make this choice? At my previous church, we used to play a song called Egypt. Okay, look it up. And again, it's not my song. I don't own any rights, but I just want to show you. It goes like... And again, those are all the same shapes that I just showed you. I've just moved them up the neck now. And that song has a really cool chorus. Oh, no, it's like a bridge, I guess. That it goes like this. Dun, 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 dun. So when I was learning this song on guitar and I was trying to find how to make it work, I like, again, this descending motion with the power chords. That to me serves the song really well. It supports the added melody in that bridge. So that is one reason why I would choose to use. Again, I'm not saying every song that's in G major I'm going to play like this. No, not at all. It's just a choice that I make for certain songs. So where can we go from here? We got E major, we got F major, we got F sharp, we got G if we use the capo on the 3rd. What else can we do? Well, you know what? We can also tune the guitar down, okay? And I have found, as a guitarist, I have found that about 1 whole step down is the lowest that I can really go and have the guitar still sound good. So let me show you like right now. I'm just going to do it by ear just to save time. This is not what you would call a drop D tuning. This is just the whole, all 6 strings tuned down a step. It's not perfectly in tune, but it's close enough for this demonstration. Okay, so now I've got my whole guitar tuned down a whole step. So now all these shapes that I just showed you, this is D major rather than E major. So now I'm in the key of D major. In the name of the etc. So, with a lower tuning, you can use all the same shapes. And now you can play in the key of D, you can play in the key of E flat, because you don't have to lower it a whole step. You could just lower it down a half step. D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G. 6 keys with one set of shapes, one set of chords. Well, really just one key, but you can play in 6 different keys using alternative tunings and your capo. I would say that's a pretty good amount of versatility for learning a handful of chords. Anyway, and let me end with this. Nothing that I've shown you today in this video, I did not invent any of this. I did not come up with these chords. These have been around for a very, very long time, and especially this kind of style of guitar, playing with those upper 2 strings kind of jingling and ringing always. That was very popular back in the 90s, early 2000s. People like Paul Baloche made it very, very popular. So this has been around for a long time. I didn't come up with this. I've learned these shapes watching other people play, listening to music. And so I just wanted to share with you something that's been very, very useful for me. I've played these chords hundreds, maybe thousands of times, just because I've played so many songs using these same few chords.